conserving member, meaning in other words, very passionate about wildlife conservation, and I am associated with the government of Karnataka for many conservation projects. So in my classes, I'll also be telling you something about sustainability. I'll also be updating you about the new modules of trainings that you can introduce for your members for the benefit of everyone. Okay, so a quick assignment, a classwork to begin with to keep you engaged. Please write down. Please write down your views on motivation quickly. Please write a few sentences on motivation. What is motivation, or your views on motivation in general, quickly.
Uh, you want it in the chat box, or is it that we have to write in the book?
Sir, some people can't join the meeting. Can you check that? They are sending message on WhatsApp.
Hello, are we connected?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please give your views on motivation. If you have written down.
पैसे ट्रांसफर करता मेरे बिहाफ पे सब.
Please give your views on motivation.
May I?
Yes, please introduce yourself.
So, as it is said that charity begins at home. So, motivation begins from you first, and it is a kind of self-respect that you give to yourself. It is overcoming the habit of procrastination. It is also, you can change
great.
a negative environment, a negative vibe around you with your own powerful attitude. That is motivation for me.
Okay. Very good. That's nice. That's nice. Because the first module is on motivation. So we need to understand what is motivation, how does it work, what are the nitty-gritties involved. There are a few theories on motivation which we will try and understand slowly. Okay, thank you, Garima, for that. One sincere request: if you can keep your cameras on, it helps me out. Just to see whom I'm talking to, because it's a first class. Try and make yourself comfortable for this. Okay, anybody else with your views on motivation?
Like to add to
So
Jesna.
motivation is the mindset to do something. And apologize,
Mindset to do something.
my bandwidth is low, so I'm not able to connect to the video.
Okay, okay, okay.
May I?
It's
Samir.
yeah, yes, please.
So I would like to
Yes,
add one more sentence to Alka. Motivation is that's what she said. It comes from inner soul. Along with that, would like to add one more.
please introduce yourself.
Sorry.
Please introduce
Yeah, this
yourself.
is Gopal Sabu from Pune. I'm working with a finance company. It's a startup company in 2017. It has been started. The name is Byguzar Finance.
Okay,
Okay.
continue, please.
So, discipline also an important factor because sometimes you things happens in a way that you can't motivate yourself, but discipline leads you to achieve the success.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody,
Now,
anybody else?
Priyadarshini from
Um,
Chennai.
Yeah, okay.
Can I go ahead?
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So what I have written, let me just read it out. So my view on motivation, it is an internal booster which moves us from X point to a Y point. It keeps us moving in the direction towards our passion. Sometimes it is an external factor also. Like when we get rewards or awards for our achievements, it is also a recognition which motivates us. It is like adding topping over the ice cake. So this is what motivation means to me.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for your answers. Next question quickly. What is experiential learning? I'll give my views on motivation a little later. What is experiential learning according to you? Please share your views.
May I?
Experience.
Dr.
Hello,
Deshpande?
Yes, yes,
I
please.
am
Yes,
Abhishek Kashyap from Lucknow.
yes, please.
So I think experiential learning is what we learn through our experiences in day-to-day life, and we then can share with others also that what to do in such a particular situation which we have already experienced.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Learning, learning with doing.
please introduce yourself.
This is Ankita from Gurgaon.
Okay, okay,
I
Ankita.
introduce.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Experiential learning is learning with doing.
Learning by doing, learning with doing. Okay, oh, fine. Okay. Very
Sir,
good.
experiential learning. So this is Anubhav from Mumbai. Uh, Experiential learning can be something that involves all your senses. So you see, hear, and do it. So it helps you inculcate your skills or the habits or adopt certain behaviors much more faster than any other methods.
Okay, right. Okay, right. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. I'll give you a scene. Let me um, explain a scene. I want all of you to visualize this. You see, there is a deep jungle, there is a thick forest, and we are somewhere deep in this forest, and we are visualizing the activities that happen there, the course of jungle. The sun is just dawning on the forest. It's crack of the dawn. It was all dark up till now. Tender rays of sunlight are driving away the darkness. The tiger starts its day. It is motivated to do something. It's it is motivated to do something, and that something is very simple. Start chasing its prey. It starts chasing its prey. It is driven by hunger. The tiger doesn't it does not have any other thing to do. So it starts looking for its prey and takes its first step in pursuit of its goal, and the goal is to hunt a deer. On the other side, a little distant, a little away from this tiger, at a few uh, meters, there is a deer which also starts its day. It starts its day looking around for predators, wants to protect itself from the fierce vision of this tiger. The anxiety begins. Will this be my last day? Will this be the last day for my kid? So the day begins. What is this deer motivated by?
Survival.
Survival. Survival, yes. And what is tiger driven by?
Hunger.
Survival again. Survival again.
Survival again.
Hunger.
Same survival.
Yeah.
Okay. Just when all this is happening, there is a giant hoary tree, an old tree, on which is a monkey seated upon, a langur. The langur also begins its day. It is observing both. It's watching a tiger, it's watching a deer, but there is no threat. There's no direct threat from the tiger to this langur, this monkey. What is the monkey driven by? Any idea?
Sorry to interrupt you,
He's
but
just
we are not
curious, I guess.
at that moment.
Safety.
Safety. Okay. There's no imminent danger for this. There's no imminent danger.
Confidence that nothing can happen to me.
Okay. Fine. A sort of sense of calm.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is
We did not
motivation.
get video on the screen, so.
Yeah, just a minute. Am I visible and audible now?
Yes,
Yes.
and now you audible also and visual, but which example you just shown us on the screen, but I did not get at the same, and
No, I
some
haven't
people
shown
also.
anything. I haven't seen it. I haven't shown anything on the screen. I am
Okay,
asking
okay,
you to visualize this.
okay.
Okay. What is the langur driven by? What drives this langur? What drives this monkey?
फन मजे के लिए बैठा हुआ वो
Curiosity.
Curiosity. Okay. Okay.
Maybe habit.
Sorry?
Safety.
Could be just a habit.
Habit. So it is driven by habit. Okay.
And one role that the langurs or the monkeys play in the jungles is alerting
Yes,
deers
yes.
and making
They're called,
calls.
they give alarm calls. Yes.
Right, they give alarm calls in order to caution of any predators. So it could be
Yes.
also be driven by that responsibility of fulfilling that role of
Very
that,
good.
of alerting the fellow
Very good answer.
wildlife in the area.
Yes. It's a very good answer. Very good answer. Good. This is what happens in the corporate jungle as well. We all work in the corporate jungle. It's a huge jungle. We all are driven by something. Like in the case of tiger, it is very evident. It wants to be powerful. It wants to predict. It wants to hunt. Somebody wants to safeguard himself or herself. Somebody wants to be a caution giver. Somebody wants to be a helper. This is what happens in the corporate jungle. You all know this term whistleblower. Uh, Something going wrong and people blow out whistle. This happens in the corporate jungle, and we will study how these motivational theories work. On what philosophy, on what theory is this monkey working? On what philosophy is this tiger working or acting upon its senses? And on what theory is this deer working? Working refers to taking certain actions, maybe to run or to hide or to attack in the case of tiger, or to give an alarm call. Okay. So motivation consists of small packets of energy called as motives. They are invisible. So probably if we have to research, if we have to get deeper insights into the behavior of this monkey, we may have to do motivational research. What drives monkey? So as researchers, as trainers, it is your responsibility, it is our responsibility to understand what drives this monkey, so that you can motivate your trainees, you can ensure that your training programs are successful. Does this example uh, uh, suit the occasion? Is it acceptable? Somebody is confused. Anyone? Please give your views. Let's be very, very interactive. I'll not block you at all. Please be very, very interactive. Keep your cameras on. Um, be quick to answer. Okay. Okay. Since we are new, the ice has to break a little to build that professional rapport. And then on, I'm very sure you all will feel connected and you all will come on the same platform. It may take a little time. Okay. It becomes very difficult for me as well if you don't open up.
I would
Okay.
need
I feel,
help
yes,
on,
please.
yeah, so hi, this is Upma. So I would need little help on understanding how are we resonating this example in the corporate world. So, I
Yes.
mean, to some extent I understand, but then maybe not exactly.
Okay. Suppose you're conducting a training program.
Hmm.
Okay. It's a product training. There are 50 people in the training. In some cases, it is very evident that this person is driven by its hunger because he wants to be a sales manager tomorrow. Okay. Some people are very responsive. They assimilate things because they don't want to be the victims of corporate downsizing, the dear category. Some people show no response at all. They're quiet. It becomes very difficult for you to understand how is the session going. Are you being followed? What is the response? Are they acquiring the insights that you're giving out? They just don't show any signs at all. They're just observing. Maybe they don't give alarm calls as well.
So 80% are the monkeys. Rather, I would say 90%.
That is why this
Because
example.
I've seen people don't respond hardly.
That is why I am giving you this example. I hope the analogy is right.
Yeah.
Now it's a black box for you. It does that trigger you to get some insights into this monkey behavior now? Silent behavior. So as a ISTD student, as a PG diploma student, you now have to dive deeper into this issue to see, to analyze what happened, what transpired. All these modules of experiential learning will help you, will upskill you, will enable you to make them either deer or tigers. You have to initiate some action. You have to make sure that they respond in some way. Is it clear? And by the way, experiential learning is a method of training people by making them do something. It could be an exercise, it could be an activity, it could be a simulation exercise, it could be anything. Make them go through a case study where they will get insights by reading. Make them do something, they'll get insights by doing that. So this is experiential learning. Okay, let me share some slides for you. Just give me a minute. You can express your views in the meanwhile. How was this relevant to our first session? You can ask me questions in the meanwhile.
In virtual training, so Priyadarshini here. In virtual training, how do you expect this type of exponential training can be taken forward? Like how it will be more effective in the virtual kind of platform?
Okay, very good. A good question. But the answer for this question, you will get a little late. Meaning, all my sessions, all my sessions are based on this philosophy. So, on when I complete my 10th class, your question will be answered. Priyadarshini, you're there?
Yeah, I'm very much there, sir.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm
Because
sorry. Yeah.
this is a kind of hand more of like illustrations and more of experience kind of thing you are talking about. So I'm wondering like how this is going to be very effective in the virtual platform. This is what I am thinking about.
Keep your curiosity, keep your curiosity alive. I'm very happy that you're curious. The answer for this question lies a little deep. So after my 10th session, you will get the answer for this. Is
Sure,
that
sir. I'm waiting. Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yeah. So can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. My
Yes,
my
sir.
first module is something about experiential learning. Then we have something on training evaluation. Then we have some motivational theories, um, content and process theories in specific, in
Yes.
particular.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but are you displaying a PDF? Because I can only see a document
Yeah, it's a PDF
folder.
file. It's a
No,
PDF
I'm
file.
not able to see a PDF, sir. We're only able to see a document folder which is
Oh, okay.
open with 2 PDFs in it.
Oh, is it? Okay, just a
The
minute.
laptop is only visible. Laptop screen.
Okay, wait 1 minute. I'll reshare. Maybe some technical error. I'll reshare. Just a Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Visible? Okay. Okay. Um, this is a glimpse of your syllabus. We actually have 5 modules, but let me start with first 3 only. I don't want to be very elaborate to start with, to begin with, because it looks so much. So training methods, experiential, need for training, training evaluation, motivational theories, content and process theories. Module 2 speaks about overview of experiential methods. What is experiential learning? Something on David Kolb's learning theory. What are experiential learning methods? What are the challenges involved? Like Priyadarshini mentioned, it's a big challenge for me to keep you all engaged throughout the session and in a virtual mode and making you do something. It's a big challenge. And an unseen challenge is to take a class on a Sunday where it's a nap time and make you all participate. It's and especially on a Sunday nap time, it's a big challenge. But I must congratulate you. I must appreciate you that you have decided to invest your time and energy into these classes. And I assure you that every class will have some takeaway for sure. It's my promise. Okay. Then role plays, case study, role plays, and the fourth module is about simulation, which I have not mentioned here. Fifth is on outbound training. What is outbound training? How does it work? And then we have a revision class. Okay. Okay. A bit of uh, uh, theory to proceed further. Why do we need to train ourselves? Why do we need to train others? What is the need? A very practical question, a very simple question. Please answer me. Why do we need to train ourselves? And why do we need to train others?
Hi, sir. Moin here from Bangalore. So we have to train ourselves to improve as per the market standards and updations as per our skills. And why do we have to train to others to bridge the gap in the organizations in terms of business skills?
Okay. Right. 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 Thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, sir. Payal here. So I feel the requirement of training is required for our own personal development as well as the organizational development. Because if we are getting trained, then only we will be able to have a structured thought process. And if we see for other people, if we need to train somebody else, the requirement will be again the goals which the company have set up as well as their own personal set of growth. For that, a proper understanding is required, and because of which a proper training is also required.
Okay. Right. Thank you. A couple of examples. When we buy a brand new vehicle, be it a four-wheeler or a two-wheeler, we're very happy, we are very excited, right? My car is the most latest one. But slowly, what happens to this car as you run it for years and for several kilometers? What happens to this car?
Its value
gets old.
depreciates, outdated, depreciated.
High maintenance.
Huh. So one is on the financial side, it will lose its value. It will lose its
Right.
market value. So based on the philosophy of depreciation. Second, slowly as you run this car for thousands of kilometers, the tires will wear out. they are no more safe as they were on day one. Probably you run it for 50,000 kilometers, they tend to get slippery. The road grip is not so much as it was on day one. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now, this is nothing but wearing out of our skills. Suppose we have enrolled for a program today, we have acquired a lot of skills, but slowly, when we put these skills to use, because the technology is changing, the world is moving at a rapid pace, we become outdated like it happens with our vehicle tires. This is a very simple example to understand why do we need training. We buy a new iPhone or any other expensive phone, you need to update it, right? Otherwise it becomes it may hang or it may become slower, it will lose its efficiency. Agree?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a very simple example to help you all understand why do we need training. We need to change these tires in case we want a better grip on the road, else we tend to slip away. Okay, so this is a very simple example. Okay, I come back to the screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Please read these bullet points. This is from a book written by Uday Parekh, and the name of the book is Training for Organizational Transformation. Please read these bullet points. One, the first one is there are a lot of outward changes, there are a lot of external changes, and to make up for the deficiencies and ensure that we don't lag behind, we need to train ourselves and others. Okay, fine. Now, are you all connected to me? I hope you're not feeling sleepy.
No, no, no.
No, no.
Okay, okay, the same example of this car. I am continuing with the same example. I take this car, which is about 5 years old. It has run for about 50,000 kilometers. I take this car to a mechanic. What does he say? I
That you need to go for
take this
servicing.
car to a mechanic.
Certain
It
parts
requires
need to
service.
get
It requires
improved.
servicing.
Yes, okay, fine. I take this car to a doctor. What does he say?
He'll say go
Wrong
to
place.
mechanic.
Go to a
Why,
Doctor may
why
not,
you have bought this to me?
doctor may not be very concerned about this, right?
yes.
Okay. I take this car. Please be connected to me. This is a very relevant example. Before I go to my next slide, I take this car uh, to to a retail shop owner. What does he say?
It's old. Why don't you sell it? Why don't you buy a new model?
Okay, unless he's my friend or he's connected to me. Otherwise, if I take this car to a retail owner, buy things from him, drive it back to my house, probably there's no interaction, right? So the most concerned ones are the showroom owners or the mechanics who will advise me the best, right?
Yes, sir.
So how is this philosophy of changing cars viewed by different people? That is my next slide. This training is nothing but a process of imparting new skills, new knowledge, and required attitude to people to bring about the desired change. Okay, now what is training from trainees' perspective? People who get trained, how do they take it? What is the training from company's perspective, from organizational perspective? And what is training from a trainer's perspective? So there are three parties involved in any training program: the trainee, the trainer, and the training organization, or the organization whose employees are being trained. You all agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if you analyze from trainee's perspective, what would it be? How will trainees normally take a training program? What are the different views that you get to hear?
It depends upon the motivation level of some. For some, it
Yeah.
is just a time to, have a chill atmosphere.
Yes,
For some, it
yes.
is a learning opportunity.
For some, they just have to complete
Some
their
people will,
training hours.
yeah, compliance.
Skill and knowledge
They're,
enhancement.
they're thinking they can improve their knowledge and skill through the training, and it's very helpful for continue the work journey in the organization.
Okay.
So
I
few
mean, how
people
will they
also
view it?
focus.
Hmm.
Yeah, few, obviously there will be certain positive aspects and negative aspects both. So positive aspects can be, there will be few people who will be very focused in the training just to make sure that they are developing personally as well as professionally. And few will be just there will be certain times when we have this performance appraisal times and we have certain hours set up for the training sessions, so they have to complete
Yes,
that before their performance appraisal. So few go for that kind of situations. So
yes,
there is
yes,
both
yes.
positive and negative perspectives.
So whenever you train your people, try to have a view, try to have a perspective. Why are they a part of this training program? Is it compliance? Is it motivation driven? Or is it the lack performance because of which they have come to the training program? Is there a lag in their performance which has made them come here? Because they are laggards, they are being pushed to come here. Or they want to be champions, they want to see this training program as a springboard to take a giant leap from there, they have come here. Or it is just compliance. For example, fire safety training. You know what is fire safety training?
Yes.
Do you know,
Yes, sir.
do you know what fire safety training? Okay. In which category do you place it? Compliance or genuine protection? Or something
Compliance.
we have to do compliance.
Genuine
In most of the cases,
Genuine
protection.
it is compliance.
protection.
Compliant
Safety.
Compliance
protection.
will.
Yeah, in some cases, people. So see how
It's a
perspectives differ. See how perspectives differ. For some, it's a happy occasion to go to some five-star hotel, have a good, easy life, enjoy, have gala time, gala dinner, put it on their status, elevate themselves to higher standards, put up a public show, and become heroes for some time, some days, and then they then say claim it to their friends that I had been here, there, all that. For some, it's a springboard where they acquire everything. They're sincerely driven by positive motivation, and for some, it is just compliance. My manager has told me, and I should go here. I'll do that and come. So these are three perspectives that we normally get to see or get to analyze when it comes to. And what is training from company's perspective? How does the company view its training process and training methods or training calendar or training titles, sessions?
So firstly, it's an
Return on
investment for them,
yeah,
It's an
return
investment,
on
yes.
investment. Yes.
and they look at the profit that they can derive. Let it be in terms of performance, let it be in terms of skill enhancement. of the employees.
Yes, right, right. And what is from trainer's perspective? How does a trainer see a training program as?
How easily I am actually making my learners understand the concept
Understand my
and how,
efficiency.
correct.
Yes.
With a kind of an efficacy, they will be in a position to institutionalize those learnings in their
Yes.
day-to-day life.
Whether they will go on to
Easy
implement.
delivery of thoughts.
Yes. So when we are talking about trainer's perspective, training method, training delivery, training content, and trainer efficiency. All these are elements that define training program as far as trainer's perspective is concerned. I repeat, training method, training content, training method, trainer efficiency. Okay, let's have a look at this interesting triangle. I don't know how many of you know this, and I don't even know how many of you don't know this. Anyone here who knows what is Kirkpatrick model?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
You can raise your hands. Some of you know this. Okay, thank you. Good. Most of them don't know. Okay, quite a few of you know this. Okay, let me give you an exercise to work on. All of you are ready? Okay, for the benefit of people who do not know what is this, and also for the people who already know this, one famous HR researcher, Donald Kirkpatrick, has developed a model long time back, and in his model there are 4 stages or 4 levels. Level number 1, reaction, learning, behavior, and results. This model helps you to conduct or to know whether the training that was delivered by you or your organization was successful enough, was efficient, was successful. How do you know whether the training given by you or your organization was successful? You have to evaluate a training program. Normally we take a feedback, right? But that feedback has to be taken using this model or on the lines of this model. Okay, what is reaction?
The immediate response, the training
Yes,
feedback form that we take.
absolutely. Can you be a bit more clear, a little more elaborative?
So,
Immediate
like,
reaction meaning?
I recently conducted a POSH training. So I gave them a feedback form,
Yes.
in Google, and they have filled it. That's it. That is it. That's
They have
all.
filled it. Okay, okay. They have filled it. Okay. Okay, right.
Or
Then
it can also be in terms of informal discussions, how the
informal
training.
discussion.
Yes, it can also be part of
Okay.
it. It necessarily need not have to be, I mean, feedbacks or whatever. It can be through informal discussions as well.
Okay, okay. Fine, fine, fine. Right. Okay, please recall a scene. I'm helping you out. There is a young kid. There's a kid who walks to his school after summer vacation. There is a kid who walks up to his school to rejoin the school after summer vacation. What is the reaction? In some cases, people are excited to go back. I mean, kids are excited. Some kids cry. Some kids are not very happy to go back. That is how you must draw insights, get some inference about your trainings. How did people react to your training program? Were they excited, or they were insipid, lack of energy? How did they react? Were they happy, excited, Were they dull, tired, anxious?
It was a mix of all.
So that is how you must measure reaction.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. The first response that people give, right? Body language, eye movements. How did they react? The faces say it all. Body language says it all. If they have readily accepted you and your insights, they're happy, they're excited, their face is brimming with positive energy, radiating positivity. Oh, I got to learn something. Okay, that is reaction. Okay. Second, learning.
Okay.
Second stage of learning, what did they acquire from your training program? New knowledge, new skills, or probably the most desirable attitude. What did they acquire? What did they get to learn? That is the second stage. For example, some trainee who was being trained on computer skills was not aware of how to take a printout using a laptop. So they were being trained on computer skills. One particular trainee was not aware of how to take printouts using a laptop. You come out of the training program, he was very happy. He says, before this training, I did not know what command to give to take a printout using my laptop. So he now has learned a new skill of taking printouts using his laptop. So this is a skill. Agree? Someone was not aware of the nitty-gritties or the best way to start your sales presentation. They were being trained on sales presentation. All of them were sales executives or sales consultants, as they are called aptly. They did not know how to start a training program or how to start a sales presentation. After they were trained, they now are very, very efficient in taking off the training program in the most lively, encouraging, exuberant way. So now sales presentations take off very well. That's a skill. So this is the second learning. Okay. Third, behavior. Behavior. Did they actually apply these learnings onto their job? Did they take it to their workstation? Did they take it to their working desk? Okay, on that day he learned how to take printout using a laptop. Did he take that skill back to his work desk? In the training room, he was able to do that. Probably he was very excited that day. He remembers the command because he was just told about this. Does he have that long-term memory? Does he have that perseverance in him to take this skill to his working desk? That is behavior. Okay. Fourth, continuing with the same example. Fourth, the last stage is the results. What is the benefit of this employee learning to know how to take printouts? Well, that is his skill. He learned it. But what is the benefit for an organization if he starts taking printouts or if he learns taking printouts? Can you tell me the answer for this question?
There's no dependency on the other person. And in case if there's
Very
no
good.
one else, he knows how to do it on his own.
Yeah. So the benefit of organization is the work does not get hampered. People become self-reliable.
Yeah, empowered.
Then what else? What else?
If there's a new joiner, if there's a new joinee who doesn't know how to take a printout, he can on that one person.
Okay, he can teach
Complete
that.
task on.
I think he can
What is the
educate.
organizational benefit?
I think he can educate others also.
Others.
The return
Okay.
on
He can
investment
educate
is
others. Okay.
as an organization.
How do you say
Sir,
that
he is adding to the
organization
productivity of the
benefited out of
organization.
this?
It can be cost effective.
It can be cost effective.
He's
Okay.
adding to the productivity of the organization in his bit.
Okay. How do you measure this productivity?
In terms of man
Simple
hours,
example.
In
Man hours.
terms of
Okay. It's a very simple
He'll be
task. It's a very simple task.
saving time and doing things faster.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, they
Okay.
don't need a separate person to do this work. Even their existing
Yes.
employee
Yes.
is doing the same thing.
Yes. Yes. Right. Right. Costing. Another
Yeah.
employee. Self-dependency. One very, very clear evidence or one very, very clear benefit. Please tell me. Think and tell me. It's a very simple example. Organization now has, yeah.
The trainee learns to, this is Ekta here. So trainee learns to multitask. Basically, this is one
Multitask. Okay.
multi.
No. That is a benefit that employee gets for himself. What is the organizational benefit?
does it set a culture?
Does it? Yeah, it sets a culture. Yeah, to be self-dependent, self-reliant.
Yes.
It's a
a
return on.
particular skill has been
Um,
developed.
the training
Skill is
has been
developed, but
converted.
yeah, skill
One
development is for
one more
employee.
person have been enabled in the organization
Enabled.
where
Yeah,
most
yeah,
of the
yeah,
blockage.
yeah.
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
saving money on printing
One.
cost.
And the printing
Okay.
papers, if they were wasted earlier, if when he didn't know how to take the printouts,
Cost saving.
that is cost saving.
Yes.
So as per me,
Shall I tell you the answer?
goal of the organization have met here. According to that, we have trained to the participants.
What goal? What goal? What goal?
So every company have different. So if it is a sales training, maybe the executive is lagging in opening the call and they could not able to tell the benefits and features of the product well. So this is the gap have been identified. We have conducted a training on this. So he developed the skill. It's a skill development for the trainee, as well as when he represent this things which we have trained to the customers. By that, organization benefit can be sold, sale can be
Okay.
closed.
Right.
So organization benefit here, they are getting the profit. Means when we are selling the product.
Okay. Can I chip in and moderate and help you understand the straight benefit for an organization?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. With your permission. Suppose these papers that he has taken printouts of were tax related, taxing, GST, commercial tax, so on. The organization has a better documentation in place. Every record that was printed, filed, chronicled, documented helps for easy auditing. So the organization has a better and efficient documentation process in place. Is that an organizational benefit?
Yes.
It's a clear benefit for an organization. No records go missing.
Yes.
Smooth transition of auditing process.
Yes.
Do you all agree to this?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Look, yeah. Now you said yes, he can train others on how to take printouts. Yes, he does that. It sets a culture. Yes, everybody becomes self-reliant now. As a result of this, what happens is the organization develops a thoroughly developed documentation process in place, which will help them during annual auditing process or annual auditing activity. Is that an organization benefit?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes,
as
sir.
simple
And
as
also the less wastage of papers.
yes, less wastage of papers. Okay, are you all clear?
Yes.
All clear?
Yes.
Okay, let me give you one exercise to work on. Okay, are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
please please take some case facts. Please take some case facts. Can you please start your cameras if you don't mind? I'm just requesting you from for a very long time now. I just want to feel connected. I just want to see your reaction because I'm teaching about Kirkpatrick training evaluation, and I should start this with myself. Okay, probably network issue. It's not, your faces are not seen. Okay, maybe some technical issue. Okay, take down some case facts. Okay, XYZ Limited conducted a training program. XYZ conducted a training program for its sales staff on customer behavioral skills and telephone etiquettes. XYZ conducted a week-long training program for its sales staff, and they were taught on telephone etiquettes and customer behavioral skills. Number of people trained were 100. Total cost of the training program 1 lakh rupees. Number of trainees taught, or number of trainees 100. Cost of the training program 1 lakh rupees. Trainer was somebody. Okay. Please apply Kirkpatrick training evaluation model for this training program. If you were to evaluate this training program, how will you do it? I have given you the training title. I have given you trainee profile. I have given you number of trainees. I have given you total training cost. If you were to evaluate this training program, how will you do that?
May I ask something here?
Yeah, please.
Like the evaluation happens after a certain period of time.
Yes. Let's assume you are
So,
doing this evaluation after a month.
okay, I'm doing it after a month. Will I get the data
Yeah.
prior? Will I get the data of sales prior to this training and after a month's
Possible.
training?
So in case
What
you
is
want to
that?
have a comparative, in case you want to have a comparative study,
Hmm.
in case you want to have a comparative study, that is
Hmm.
also possible. But on what basis will you evaluate this model? If required, we may give you the data pertaining to, in other words, pre-training data can also be furnished.
How many people left the organization in that particular 1 month?
How many people left the organization? Let's assume status quo.
Status quo is there.
Yes.
On what parameters do we have to evaluate? Like the Kirkpatrick evaluation model, we must be using it in our trainings, but like, what are the parameters that we have to evaluate?
Yes, sir. Sanjay, sir.
That is what we'll have to work on the assignment. That is a class exercise.
So that is the learning, I mean, reaction, learning, behavior, and the final result. So you mean
Please,
that?
Sanjay,
please
sir,
make use of
Hello.
please
Sanjay,
make
sir,
use
Mr.
of
Ravi.
Kirkpatrick training model.
Just wanted to
So
ask one
do
question. Is it a new hire training model, or is it a kind of a reiteration, or maybe a skill booster kind of a program?
Skill booster, upskilling. Let's say upskilling.
It's an upskilling kind of a program, not a new
and
hire.
I
As
and
they
I
are a sales staff already, so they might do a certain number of sales in a month. So the previous month data will be given to us, right? On which on these
Alka, I think we need to assume
Yeah.
everything, if I'm not wrong.
No, 1 minute. Don't make it a complex issue. Case facts are given. Refer to Kirkpatrick training evaluation model. Start from the base. How do you measure reaction?
So I need
How
to
do you
find
measure
out. So we need to find out the
Sir, first of all, the
reaction
training
finding
question
methods. One, if I'm not wrong.
Let me, Sudarshan, am I audible?
Yes, Ravi.
Yes,
Please
Raviji.
continue.
I've been trying to say something. So, Sanjay sir, as per my understanding, it will go that the first the trainers, the participants'
No,
feedback.
Raviji, take your time. Don't be in hurry. Take your time. Refer to Kirkpatrick training evaluation model. 100 people have been trained. There is a topic on which they were trained. You know the number of people who were trained. You know the title. You know the costing. You know what is the sales profile. I mean, what is the profile of these people? Take your time. All of you are working professionals. If you were given the task of evaluating this particular training program, parameters you will have to decide, but I can give you a standard reference of Kirkpatrick training evaluation model. How will you evaluate? How will you decipher? How will you infer? How will you conclude that this training was successful or unsuccessful? On what basis?
That's what I'm trying.
On a return on investment basis.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm
Okay,
trying.
how do you go there? You cannot jump directly to return on investment. There has to be.
So basically, I mean, I'll just take, I mean, for example, if it's a telephonic conversation, I'll just probably, I mean, think about the resolution time. So how it has been increased. Now, since the people have been trained, yes.
Start with the base.
Okay, the first thing is, I mean, like you said, the reaction.
Take your time. Take your time. Have definite dimensions for each level, each stage. Reaction out of
So
100.
probably consider out of 100, 90 or 80% of them have showed the positive satisfaction.
You can make assumptions. Finally, let me know, how do you conclude whether this was successful or unsuccessful? I have given you case facts. Level 1, what dimensions will you take to check reaction? Level 2, learning. What will you consider there? Level 3, what will you take? Level 4, what will you take there? We will come to ROI in a short while. We will come to ROI. That is our next phase of understanding. That is our next aspect of our understanding. So, yes, Jugal, you want to say something? Sudarshanji?
Yeah. So I tried understanding with the help of Kirkpatrick model. So what I'll be doing, I'll be trying to collect the participants' reactions through the questionnaires or the Q&A rounds. I'll also try to collect the trainee observations form. So basically, I'll try to visit that particular week's batch and then try to understand from the reactions. So these are the things like which I can do it to understand that the reaction part. Coming to the
reaction, what will you take? Reactions, what will you take in the reaction? What dimensions will you take for reaction?
So see, while visiting the batches, we will definitely be looking into that, like how many people are active, what kind of things they are uh, accepting the fundamentals or maybe the concepts which is being taught to them.
Okay.
We can definitely throw certain questionnaires to them, how much actively participating those peoples into the batch.
May I add something in Jugal's understanding?
Yep.
Okay, so how I'll assess the reactions that if the phones are allowed inside the classroom, how many people try to use their cell phones? One. How many people try to escape during the class sessions that, okay, I have to got a call, I have to go for water, tea, or something else. How many times did the participant were talking to each other rather than listening to the trainer or to the concept?
Yes.
They were chit chatting.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, and
Yes.
ultimately that what would be the feedback after the session? Like this is what I got.
Shall I add few
Right,
more points
right.
here?
Yeah, just to help you out to proceed in the right direction, this is the way you can do it. Reaction, reaction towards the trainer, reaction towards the training method, reaction towards the training content. You can have a scale there. Reaction towards the trainer, have a scale. What scale can you have? From
Probably one
negative
to
to
five.
positive.
Yeah.
Yes, 1 to 5. 5. What ranking can you give? What a tag can you give for a fifth rank? 1 to 5.
Maybe an
5 being
excellent.
the highest one.
Engaging.
Yeah.
Trainer. The trainer was engaging. The trainer was highly what do I say?
Knowledgeable.
Talented. The trainer knowledgeable. The trainer was very interactive. The trainer was very boring. Okay, so reaction of the trainees towards the trainer, reaction of the trainees towards the method of the training program. What method was used? Lecture method used, field method used, audio visual used. What method of training? Case study method used. What is your reaction towards the method that was used by the trainer? Third, reaction of the trainees towards the training content. How was the training content? How were the training modules? Contemporary, outdated, redundant, advanced. Okay.
Basically, are you trying to
Then
suggest over here that we should prepare a complete feedback form the way like generally we do it?
that is what I'm trying to tell you. When you want to evaluate training programs, your training programs, or training programs that you organize or conduct, how do you break this model down into several other unsaid dimensions? When I say reaction, reaction is a very broad term. Reaction towards what? Reaction towards training content, training method, trainer, or general reaction. Uh, like you said, moving out of the classroom often, using mobiles, chit chatting, body language. This is also a way to measure reaction, yes. But there are several other ways as well.
Correct. So it's a kind of a
Several other.
maybe not a zero feedback hour, but a kind of a, let's say, after completion of the complete program, a 30 days kind of a feedback.
What happens when you have sub dimensions is the aspect of natural law or natural justice prevails. If people just write I was happy, not happy, it becomes a very vague statement. When you break it down, this concept of bias is driven away.
Instead of
This
waiting,
concept
why
of
don't
vague answers. So reaction towards content, reaction towards trainer, reaction toward method, or general reaction. Agree?
Absolutely.
Okay. We will now come to all of you are clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Everyone?
Yes.
Everyone?
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Next. For
So
some time, keep these numbers aside. 100 people, 1 lakh rupees. Keep it aside. Next. The
Learning.
next
stage
stage
would
is
be
learning.
learning. Yeah.
Okay. What did they learn? What did they learn?
We can roll out the
You can have
assessment.
How can this help
you can.
effective?
What did they learn? What new knowledge did they learn? KAS. What skills did they learn? What skills did they learn? What knowledge did they acquire? What attitude did they learn? So learning can be divided further into 3 aspects, or if required 4. Divide learning further into 3 subcategories. KAS. Suppose they write knowledge. Okay, what knowledge? Some new knowledge.
Sharing our screen also. I cannot see KAS, or it's just verbal we are doing.
No, I am not using any slide, please.
Okay, sure. No problem.
Okay, if you want, I can can you see the screen now?
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Can you see the screen now?
Yes.
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 See, there are 3 splits that I have made. K, A. Yes. Can you see something being written?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, reaction towards the trainer, training method, training content. Here, knowledge, skill, attitude. What new knowledge, what new attitude, what new skill? Agree?
So to
Yes.
assess the knowledge, we can definitely roll out an assessment, but how are we going to gauge attitude?
Okay. What attitude, what new attitude or what desirable attitude did they acquire? Okay, you take a questionnaire, you make some questions like, uh, suppose the trainees were with a passive attitude. Did they learn how to change passive attitude to a positive or an optimistic attitude? How to change your mindset? Did they get to know this?
Are you referring that a kind of a one-on-one or maybe given individual?
These questions have to be asked to all the trainees who underwent training program.
Okay.
Did they
But this
learn
will not be at the time, means when the training has been completed, right? Only
after the
reaction
training?
after the training, immediately we will have reactions,
Yeah, reaction.
feedback as such. But
Yes.
for learning feedback, what would be the ideal time to take that?
Ah, you can even take reaction, maybe one particular reaction, a quick observation, how many people were not engaged, eye movement, going out frequently. That can be an immediate, instant assessment. However, after some time, you can ask questions on these 3 aspects, meaning reaction towards trainer, reaction towards method, reaction towards content.
Okay.
Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, but at the time of learning feedback, if you want to take, we want to analyze this knowledge, attitude, and skill. What would be the ideal? Means when would that be assessed
You
or
can
that be taken?
depends on when you want to evaluate. You want to evaluate immediately, or you want to evaluate after some. Depends on when you want to evaluate. Ideally, you will have to wait for some time, because when I come to the next stage, you will come to know whether behavior was put in place or no. For example, immediately if you ask, I told you the example. That is why I'm very, very proactive. You remember this example where a trainee, learned how to immediately in the training room. He was quick attention, so he knew what button to. Did he take this lesson to his workstation or no? To his work desk or no? You'll have to wait for some time, no?
Yes.
If you wanted to assess a person in only in the aspect of attitude, can this be a method? Like, since the training is a telephonic etiquette,
Yeah. Go ahead.
So he's obviously constantly on calls. So whatever he had learned, whatever knowledge he had acquired, he must have used it. And obviously there would be some kind of feedbacks from them, how after whenever we have
That
certain
is
call
why.
with the
That is why.
salespeople,
Give
you
him some
ask.
time. Give him some time to allow him to take these training lessons back to his work desk. Give some time. For example, it is very simple. Don't make it complex. It is very simple. For example, early morning when he starts making calls to clients, he came with a very heavy head. Now in the training it was taught to him that your personal issues should be kept aside when you start working for your office. So it is change in the mindset. He is taught to have a very positive mindset at the workplace. Give him some time.
Yeah.
See
So
how
when
he makes calls.
Yeah. So when as usual after the training too, when he has interaction with the client, obviously all the websites now we ask how your session was with the sales representative. That can be one of the
Yeah.
reaction and feedback, isn't it?
Yes.
Also, these sales calls are recorded as well sometimes.
Okay, let me tell you. Knowledge. Suppose he's a sales staff. He was trained on the newly launched product. Let's say car. He did not have any knowledge about this car, which is recently launched. He was given a thorough, in-depth training about this car. This car is so and so, so and so, so and so. So it's a new knowledge for him, right?
Yeah.
Simple. It is K. He learned something new about this vehicle. Attitude. Earlier, he had this mindset that I cannot make calls when I'm very tense and anxious about my personal issues. He was taught to have a very straight cut line which differentiates or which helps him to resolve personal issues and professional issues. He now has a positive outlook towards work. So he now keeps his personal issues aside when he's on call. Attitude. Skill. He now knows how to start a telephonic call, how to end a telephonic call. Skill. He now knows how to keep his emotions under check when he is on a call, when he is calling up customers, when he is on official task of calling up people. Skill.
So
Agree?
how he handles himself.
Yes, yeah, that is what is attitude. It is very simple. Okay. Behavior. All right. In the second stage, he learned all this. He did acquire all this. Did he take all this to his workstation or no? So he has to be given some time to implement, to execute, to put these ideas in use at his workstation. Behavior. He says that he learned this. Okay, fine, good, great. He's a car seller. Did he uh, did he transmit this new knowledge about electric vehicle that he was trained on to customers who come to inquire electric car? Give him some time. Agree?
in this case, basically the call evaluation scores or the call audit scores will give us the understanding on the behavior part.
Huh. It can be calls, it can be, I told you that training was done on two titles.
Yeah.
Telephone etiquettes and customer
And customer
behavioral skills,
behavior.
right? So how is he behaving with people now? Polite, polished. Okay. Okay. We will go on to the next one, results. As a result of all this, the sales figures have shot up. There are no unattended calls. There are no customer complaints. For a dealer, the satisfaction index which the company actually takes up has gone up. Customer dissatisfaction has come down. Number of complaints have come down. The records say for themselves that there are no unattended customers. Customer satisfaction index for the dealer has gone up. Result, sales figures have shot up because behavior is very good. Customers are treated very well. Calls are answered very professionally. Queries are solved with all the patience. Customers are treated very well. Zero complaints. The result is what? High efficiency, better sales, improved sales. Agree?
Yes, sir.
You all agree?
Yes.
Any questions? Any doubts? Any doubts? Hello? Are you all there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, we are there.
Yes, yes, sir.
No doubt, sir. It's very clear.
Yes.
It is very clear.
Did you follow? Did you follow?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, sir.
That was
I want to
Kirkpatrick
note
training.
down.
Yeah.
I want to note down for level 3. I think I have missed it. I do know that it is about how he behaves with the customer and all, but I want to note it down in form of
Okay.
pointers, the way I have noted it down for level 1, 2, and 4.
Okay. Okay. Ideas executed for level 4. See, level 3 is a transitory phase. Level 3 is a transitory phase. The results of this transitory phase are seen in level number 4.
Okay.
Level
So there
number
are
4.
no pointers for
You
level
can
3.
you can have pointers like increased knowledge, but the results of this, for example, when you're working out, it's a phase of transformation. You work out for a month, you go on diet, results are seen after some time. So during that transformation, during that transitory stage, you may not get to see everything, you may not get to record everything, but results will be out once you measure after the given period is over.
So can I
So
summarize?
level 3.
So I'm sorry to interrupt. Please go ahead.
No. It's very simple. Level 3 is a transitory phase
Okay.
where people are allowed to execute their learnings onto their job. They're allowed to work.
Okay.
Somebody, a cricketer, was trained to deal with short balls. A cricketer was getting out frequently when short bouncers were balled at him. His coach trained him on how to bat, how to survive, how to face short balls. He is sent on the pitch, he is allowed to play the game. Let him play, transitory phase. After that, you evaluate out of 100 short balls faced, what was his outcome? What is the result of all this? So, level 3 is about execution. Level 4 is the stage to evaluate results. For example, in this case, customer complaints have gone down, sales figures have shot up, feedback is excellent,
Quality is improved.
Quality is improved. As a result of all this, sales volume have gone up. Very simple. It is not as complex as you think. When you think it logically, when you apply logical principles, it is very easy to understand. I believe all of you have understood.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we can't see
Yes.
NPS score to measure behavior.
Sorry?
Can we use NPS score to measure behavior changes?
You can use. You can. Behavioral changes. Yeah, you can use. Not an issue. But the final evaluation is in result 4 or in level 4. The result
Right,
stage.
right.
Everything is evident there. Everything is evident there.
Correct.
Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. I hope the session was engaging. The session wasn't boring. This is the first session. Usually it happens that the
Thank
first
you.
session of the test match is very, very exciting. Was it engaging? Was it good? What is your reaction?
Yes, yes, it was.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it
Quite
was
an interactive.
engaging with
It was
many case
engaging.
It
studies
was
and all.
very good session, sir.
As we move on, you will laugh, you will enjoy. There are sessions where you will dance as well. I have planned for those sessions as well. So those of you who are good at dancing, those of you who are good at singing, please prepare yourselves. There is something coming your way, and your skills will be tested. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. Have a
Thank
good
you.
Sunday ahead.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.